Well, here's a sobering statistic. Bleeding injuries are the leading cause of preventable death for trauma care in the U.S. Connecticut's now the 15th state to pass an act regarding bleeding control. And joining us this morning to talk about it, Hartford Healthcare's Dr. Shay Gregg, Chair of Surgery at St. Vincent's Medical Center. Doctor, first of all, thank you so much for your time this morning. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Laura. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great to have you, and a very important topic here. Can you first start off by telling us how this may impact our lives? Tell us a little bit about this.
Absolutely. So, we have to think of this as empowerment education for civilians in medical emergencies. And we have to think about this along the lines of CPR, where we gave people the tools to actually move forward when someone grabs their chest and potentially falls to the ground, how they could actually provide life-saving treatment at the point of care. Someone chokes, you have the Heimlich maneuver. This is a situation where someone might be facing someone who is working in a shop or even in the garden, and they sustain an orthopedic injury and they are bleeding to death. And this gives people the tools and the skills to stop bleeding at the point of care, which is, we hope to become as ubiquitous as CPR and Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, it's so important. And we had a story this morning about the Heimlich maneuver saving someone's life. We were actually talking about how important it is to be prepared. So tell us about these kits. How can people learn more? Where are they going to be? How is this going to work?
Sure. So HB 7200 was actually born out of the Hartford consensus, actually. This whole concept of bleeding control came out of the inspiration and the sad inspiration of horrible events that we were seeing on TV, the Newtown shootings, the horrible events in Boston. That eventually led to action through Dr. Lenworth Jacobs, and it eventually led up to this legislation, which was a highly collaborative effort between legislators, the EMS community, et cetera. So what the point of HB 7200 is to actually educate municipal workers on bleeding control education, and that actually will reach high school teachers and possibly high school students, as well as municipal workers like police, fire, et cetera, and also the installation of these kits within individual public areas of congregation. So any building that would have, say, an AED, you should be able to find a bleeding control kit in.
Wow, so interesting. And what is actually inside the kit? Help me understand that.
Absolutely. First and foremost is people have to be protected during these bleeding emergencies. So we have personal protective equipment, including gloves and other safety items. Then when it comes to actually stopping bleeding, we have tourniquets, and that's part of the education. We have gauze that you can pack into wounds that could ultimately be life-saving by slowing and or stopping bleeding, as well as scissors and other sort of accoutrements to actually stop the bleeding at the time.
Wow, yeah, it seems like this is hopefully going to be something that we're seeing in more public places, becoming more familiar with it, and many more of us will know how to use them. Doctor, I want to thank you so much for your time today, and of course, thank you for getting the word out about how important this is.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laura, for your time.
Thank you for your time as well.